back to my channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. I upload a video every Thursday and every once in a while I do on Mondays as well. Today's video is going to be my first quarter check-in for my 2021 goal. Now if you watched the ones that I did last year I had set so many goals for myself. I think I had like 16 to 20, somewhere around that range. And though I was able to keep some of them due to the pandemic, some of them weren't possible, and then also I had put so much on myself that they were a little overwhelming. It's definitely way too many. So this year I have 6. So a lot more manageable in retrospect. So today we're going to go through those really quickly. And again, this video is more for myself to kind of keep myself in check and make sure I'm doing what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to accomplish. The first item on the list is to read at least 12 books. Now, the way it would work out, obviously, since there's 12 months in a year, is I would basically need to read a book a month. So technically, this one I am slightly behind on. I have read 2 books so far. It's mostly because I originally had hoped I would be able to read at work when I'm on my break and my lunch and stuff, but because where my office is, it's so close to everything else and it's very noisy where I work, that I'm the type of person that unless I have like quiet and peace, I can't focus enough to read because I keep getting pulled out of whatever I'm reading for whatever noise is going on and stuff like that. So unfortunately, it's been hard for me to read, and it's taken me way longer than usual to read books. And I kind of have the same issue at home. I don't live by myself. I have a couple roommates, so they're not like terribly noisy. I'm pretty lucky with the roommates that I have, but in general, just background noise because the dogs like to play and I'm not going to stop them from playing and just stuff like that. It's been hard for me to like focus enough. But so yeah, so far I've read 2 books, and I've read this one, which is called Wildly Into the Dark, and it's a bunch of poems and short little stories, I guess you could call them, by Tyler Knott Gregson. This one, some of them I like, some of them I don't, because quite a few of these are extremely repetitive in theme, and not only just theme, just the way he words stuff, it makes it seem like you're reading the same ones over and over again, which, you know, it makes it hard to read. So this one took me a while, just because after a while I was getting to the point where I'm like, oh, I don't even want to read this book, but I kind of powered through just so I could finish it. But again, some of these in here are really nice, but quite a few of them are very repetitive and it wasn't really keeping me engaged. And then the second book that I read, which technically this one was the first one, this one was the second one. This one was probably, considering I used to read all the time and I hadn't in a while because life gets too busy, this was probably a big one to decide to start off with, which was Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. I really like a lot of classic literature, but a lot of this is mouthfuls, and not that I can't handle that, but it's just very wordy and it's a lot, but I really like a lot of the stuff that he writes. So this one was probably not the best choice to jump back into reading with. This one was probably something I should have like put further into the year, but I really wanted to read it, so that is the second book that I read. So these are the only 2 I've gotten through so far. I just put a third one in my work bag. I'm hoping I can manage to read them. It's just hard finding a place where it's peaceful and quiet to read, unfortunately. The next item I had on my list was to either be vegan or vegetarian for a year. So far that has been going perfectly well. It is now April and I have really had no issues at all. I have had a little trouble technically finding substitutions for certain things. It took me a while, but some things I found perfect dupes for that I like. Like there's this meat crumble that Kroger has. It's called Simple Truth crumbles. I really like those. It took me a while. I went through a couple different brands before I was like, oh, and I really like those ones. And then I've already been drinking soy milk for years and years and years because I'm actually lactose intolerant, so I already had one for those. That was easy. The butter that I found for a substitute is by Miyakos. I don't know how you say it exactly, but it is a vegan butter. And then I also found a vegan cheese I really like. The one thing that I cannot find a good dupe for, the couple things I've tried so far, is vegan cream cheese. I don't know if I just got a couple bad ones or what, but holy shit. The vegan cream cheese I tried was by Daiya, D-A-I-Y-A, and it tasted like curdled milk and it made me gag so hard. So I don't know if I just got a bad one or something, or if that's how that one was supposed to taste, but it was horrible. And then I tried another one which was like a off-brand, store-brand type one. Wasn't a fan of that one one either, so I will try to find another one. I will say the one thing that's incredibly frustrating with a lot of these dairy-free and meat-free alternatives is they're super expensive. Like the Miyako's butter that I like, I believe I'm paying $8 for what would be equivalent of 2 sticks of butter. That's pretty expensive, but I'm trying to just deal with price. Usually what I would spend on groceries a week for just myself would be around $50, and that's for an entire week. And I think now I'm spending about $100 to $120, so it's quite a difference in costs, which has been a little frustrating, but fortunately now and I am able to afford to do that. But if I would have tried to do this, 5-6 years ago, that's a lot of money for just one person. Thank God that I'm not buying groceries for everyone else in my household. I can only imagine how expensive that would get. But yeah, so it's quite pricey to eat that way, but I will say through that whole process of not eating meat, not eating dairy, cutting out a lot of sugar, I feel so much better. And obviously I didn't become vegan or vegetarian for, any ethical reasons, which I know sounds terrible. I know a lot of people that do go vegan because they don't want to eat animals. They feel bad about it. And I probably should. It's terrible to not. I don't know. Anyways, obviously did it for health reasons. I do like meat. I don't like hamburger. I never really have, and I'm not big on like pork and stuff, but I do miss steak and chicken, but not enough where this is being difficult at all. I'm not having any issues eating a vegan or vegetarian diet. It's been pretty easy. There are a couple places that you can get stuff. There's this cafe that I like to go to that's called LA Cafe. It's a little bit of ways from my house, but they have vegan and vegetarian options. They have a really good menu of items. They make stuff fresh there. They have this really awesome vegan chili that I'm really a fan of. And I also found out that, not that I suggest going to fast food a lot because you shouldn't, but I also found out that if you go to Taco Bell, they are willing to switch out any of their meat products with black beans, so that has been very helpful. But mostly I have been making a lot of stuff on my own. I did watch a couple videos for like recipes and stuff, but nothing really caught my eye all that much, so I've just been kind of experimenting. I took a bunch of pictures of the different foods I have been making myself, which I will insert. The one that I have been making the most for myself is I've been putting red pepper, orange, yellow, green pepper, onions, and spinach, and sauteing it in a skillet, and then putting it on a spinach wrap with red pepper hummus. It is so delicious. I've been eating that more than any of the things that I've tried, because of that I actually tried to copy a item from Olga's Kitchen. I don't know if you guys know of Olga's Kitchen or anything, but it is a Greek style like pita restaurant, but they have a wrap there where it's a lot of those items with hummus and stuff, and I was like, I could probably make this myself. It'll be healthier, it'll be easier, I won't have to pay as much money. And so that's what made me do that at home. And every once in a while I will add a vegan cheese in with it, but for the most part I just do it like that. But yeah, a lot of the meals that I've been trying have been really interesting. Like, if you guys are interested in seeing any of the meals that I've made for myself and you guys are curious as to what I'm making, I can always do videos on that. Let me know down below in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. I could definitely do videos on those. I've been doing a lot of really interesting, cool stuff. Next up on the list is to get the tattoo that I wanted to last year that I couldn't. Now, originally when I had wrote that on this year's list, I was like, I'm gonna use my tax return money because tattoos can get really expensive. I don't know how many people are having this issue, but my federal tax got accepted on February 11th. It is now April 5th. I got my state back right away, and my federal, they just have not given to me, and I get mine direct deposit, so it's not like I'm waiting for it on the mail. It's not like it got lost or anything. I know a lot of people that I know are also having the same issue where they are not getting their tax returns and don't know why. Can't get through to the IRS to get any information. The website's not giving any information, so just kind of waiting on that. That is probably the way I'm going to get it done, is with the money from that, because tattoos can be expensive, and the one that I want is going to be on the larger side. Next on the list is to hit 100 subscribers. I think as of right now I am at 40, so almost halfway there. Again, this isn't super important to me. I just know if I hit 100, I want to do a giveaway. So if you guys are new to this channel and you're not subscribed and you possibly want to be entered into a giveaway, please hit that subscribe button and you guys can be in the know whenever that happens. I do have a bunch of stuff set aside so that if it does happen, I'm ready to go. And I do have a bunch of cool stuff planned for this summer, as long as things go the way they should. But I've learned from last year that you cannot bank on anything going the way as planned. But yeah, so if you would like to help me get to that 100 subscribers, please consider subscribing down below. Next on my list is to lose 100 pounds this year. Here's the issue with this. I didn't weigh myself January 1st so I could have a starting weight. The time that I weighed myself before the next time, which the most recent, or I guess the most beginning weight that I have of myself this year is from February 18th. The only other weight I have for myself for that is from October. So I do know that since October 30th, I believe it was, I have lost 36 pounds. So I know I've lost 36 pounds from October, but unfortunately I don't know how much I've lost into January. I don't know how much of that's from January and how much of that's from October to January. I do know at the very least from the 18th of February that 15 pounds of that is from that. So I at least know 15 came from the 18th of February to now. So I don't know how much from the 18th of February to January that is. So I kind of screwed myself on being able to keep track of how much of that is from this year. So unfortunately, since I don't have a good gauge of what to start at, I think what I'm going to do is take half of from October and half of February and get that as my starting weight, because I don't know how else to figure it out from there. Or I don't know if I should start from February 18th and just count that. So I guess leave me a comment down below what you think I should do. I definitely screwed up on that. It's because I didn't have a scale at home. And obviously to get into doctors right now because of the pandemic, you have to make appointments well in advance. And February 18th was the soonest I could get in. So that's kind of the problem I'm having with that. But still, losing the amount of weight that I have even from October is a great start, and I'm really happy, and I've steadily been losing weight. I don't know if it's the combination of the diet in particular, or that I'm trying to be more active. I'm trying to watch what I do and be more mindful of what I consume. I don't think I've really drank much pop at all this year. I've mostly been drinking water, tea, juice. I've been making my own smoothies with fresh fruit, so that's pretty much what I've been doing to lose weight. So yeah, I don't really know what to count as my starting weight. So that's where we're at with that. The last thing on my list is to get organized. Now this has been a progress because of some issues going on with my house. This is an older house and the basement's kind of unusable because too much moisture collects down there. If I keep stuff down there, then the air can't move properly through the house. So I have to leave my basement empty, which means as far as storing stuff goes, I don't have a lot of space for storage. My house is a little cluttered, not terribly so. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff over the past year and a half, so it's not too bad. I do need to get rid of more stuff though, but I have been doing small projects around the house to organize everything, like my pantry. We used to just throw stuff in there and not really keep it organized or anything. I clean that out. It's all nice and organized. My kitchen's completely clean and organized now. I have a nice shelf in the corner of my kitchen where my microwave sits, where I've got plenty of space to store stuff. I know we're doing a bunch today, so it's getting there. I'm also considering about putting a bunch of stuff out in my garage so that it's less cluttered in the house, but I'm definitely getting more organized, not just with like physical stuff around the house, but also with things I want to do in my life. I do have a bullet journal that I'm keeping and also a daily planner that I'm keeping, so that way I know what I need to get done, when I need to get done, you know, budgeting my time for certain things that I want to do, because I definitely didn't do that last year. It was just kind of a mess of things that I wanted to do because obviously I wasn't really hanging out with friends or anything, so it was kind of just a mess. So anyways, that is it for today's video. That is my update on my 2021 goals. Hopefully I will be a lot further along by the time I update in June. So if you guys are interested in watching this journey with me, just look out for that next video when I get to the second quarter. So far I'm pretty proud of how I'm handling things. I think I'm doing very well, and we will see what happens next. And you know, who knows, maybe by the time I update you guys I will have lost way more weight, who knows. But I will keep you posted, and if you are interested, keep on watching. And please consider subscribing to my channel, like this video, and comment down below any comments that you guys have, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.